This week on Steel Horse Thunder, she is behaving. Just so you know, Mom and Dad, she's behaving.
We'll be at your house tomorrow to relax.
There you go. Come out to the Steel Horse Thunder Cafe.
He's known for taking us down to gravel roads, and we've had to turn around and go back to where we started one time. That's all it took.
One time.
Yes, that turns.
You take them down a gravel road one time, and you're labeled already now for life.
We're not all saints now, are we?
Steel Horse is brought to you by Leidendorf Law, with over 60 years experience in motorcycle and automotive injury cases.
Hey man, we've got a beautiful morning going on here, Cindy. The sun is shining, blue skies. It's cool enough for you to put a little sweatshirt on. What's going on today?
It's Krambos Dash for Cash. And it's been so hot out, so it was kind of actually nice to put a jacket on this morning.
Well, it is nice. Nice, cool breeze blowing. The bikes are already starting to come in. We're early. We are here at the very beginning of registration, and we already got 30 bikes lined up on the road out here. And just in case you didn't know, Krambos is a sponsor of the Steel Horse TV show. So yes, we are here at Krambos. Krambos, they do paint, they do mechanical work, and they have accessories. They have everything you need here. So if you've never been out this way, you need to come out. Thank Chris, thank Beth for what they do for the show, what they do for the community. That being said, Cindy, let's find out what today is all about.
Let's go.
So, Beth, been busy?
No.
All right, man, it's the Dash for Cash. This has been a difficult ride to get going the last few years, right? Between COVID and everything else. Last year was all the flooding we had and everything else. So, what are you expecting for today's Dash for Cash?
This year, I am totally at a loss as to what to expect. According to Facebook numbers, we've always doubled those. So if we come close to that, I will be ecstatic and happy. So they're starting to arrive. The weather looks good. It dropped from 97 to 80s today. So perfect riding weather. And the bikes have been rolling in since I got here at 7:45, and there was already bikes here. Yeah. And they've been steady since.
Well, and that's the thing, with this being a scavenger hunt, it is not a group ride. It's everybody's taking off at their own time. So bikes come in and out, in and out, in and out all morning long. That's why we're here so early. And I know officially the registration started at 9 o'clock, but explain a little bit about how the Dash for Cash came to be.
I don't like riding with people who are highly intoxicated. So instead of following around people in the ride we used to have here in town was the sheriff's ride. We'd have about 300 people on it, and you sure didn't want to leave with everyone at the end of the day. So we thought we'll do something different. This way people can go out on their own. If you want to stop and eat ice cream, you eat ice cream. If you want to have a drink or two, you have a drink or two. If you want to stay at that bar all day, they stay at the bar all day. They come back, they make a nice donation. So we're happy that way, but that way you can ride with who you feel comfortable riding with, and you know how your buddy reacts when he ate that ice cream cone and he's a diabetic. You know what to look for, or he's had too much to drink and you know he's not safe to be on. So that's how we started this. We started it off as a customer appreciation. We gave $500 to one lucky person at the end of the day. We lost our ass the first year, but hey, that's okay. And the second year, those 35 people came back, and there was 87. The next year, those 87 came back, and we had 100 and almost 200. And then it just went up from there until COVID.
All right, man, we are here for the Dash for Cash out at Krambos. You got the gear on, but you're also riding a pretty cool motorcycle this time. Not that your other motorcycles aren't cool too, but I don't know that I've ever seen this right here. Tell me a little bit about this motorcycle.
It's a 1998 1200 Sportster S Series. Okay. It's
stock off the showroom floor?
Huh?
Stock right off the showroom floor?
Yeah, I don't know a whole lot about the stock part of it, but I got it off of Chris here.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Did he do all this work?
No, I done all this myself.
Okay.
The only thing he done was the front fender.
Well, he didn't screw it up, did he?
You like that down there?
I saw it on the gas cap. Yes, I did. I saw that.
There's one behind the seat, too.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Getting the message across, are you?
I wanted to make sure I got the point across.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. So, so how you liking this bike?
I really like the bike. It's the S series. All 4 shocks are adjustable. I can adjust the up and the rebound. It's all adjustable. This has got to be the most comfortable bike I've ever rode on.
Is that right? Huh.
And I've had 14 bikes.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you've had it.
Anyway, I'm trying to start my own YouTube channel anyway, so I'm totally fine with this.
Oh, okay.
Even though it's only like on Instagram because my stepdad posted it on there. Yeah.
So you're gonna be one of these online geniuses. You're gonna be doing your own page, and that's.
Yeah, as soon as I'm older.
As soon as you're older.
Yeah.
How much older do you have to be?
Like 8 or 9, so I can actually learn how to get my own YouTube channel.
Right. I'm 60. I'm just now learning how to do that. So you're going to be a lot better at it than me. I can promise you that. So how old are you now then?
7.
Okay, so you're real close. You're only a year or 2 away from being old enough to do that.
Yeah, and for some reason, as soon as tactfully, I've started seeing YouTube, I'm telling my friends at school about it, and they watch the same channels as me, like Dang Matt Smith, or Sniper Wolf, or Jesse V.
Is that right?
Yeah.
So do you tell them to make sure they subscribe and hit the like button and the notification bell so they get all the notifications?
Yeah, but it's hard for us to do that because it's not on the actual website on there. It's actually just on the plain YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and plus your fingers are a lot smaller than mine, so it's harder for you to push all them buttons too, right? I'm messing with you now, aren't I? So, you're riding on the back here. Do you like riding on the motorcycle?
Yes.
I saw you had a strap. Tell me a little bit about this strap.
So Dad got this so that I don't just have to plainly hold on, so it's more safer, and I actually stay attached to him.
Yeah.
Because, for example, he'll wrap this around himself and then he'll buckle it.
He wraps that end around him and then it buckles back in here.
To this, and then I'll hold on to his back, which he's fine with me gripping onto his shirt.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's super cool. I'd never seen a strap like that. That's a pretty big strap. Does Dad have a big belly or something?
No.
No, that's a smart answer right there. That's a very smart answer.
All the money goes to charity. Our first child is 14 years old. His name is Sean. He started having blurred vision and wound up being seen by the doctor. And then the second time he was seen, or the ophthalmologist and then the doctor, they found out he has stage 4 brain cancer. So 14 years old, that's a strong pill for anyone to swallow. He's going to treatment over in Ohio. He was just diagnosed the end of April or May. So we didn't hear about him until the end of May. So that's why we have 3 this year. Our second recipient is Kevin. Kevin is in his 40s. Him and a buddy were target practicing. The gun misfired or jammed, and when the kid went to hand it to him, it evidently went off. It severed his femoral artery. He lost his leg. He is an avid Christian Motorcycle Association rider, is at every event every year, and this year we're going to try to help him a little bit. We're going to try to get that bike up and going so when he's able, he can get back up on it and help with that loss of income.
Kevin, I know you're one of the recipients. Can you tell me a little bit about your story?
Yeah, I had an accidental gunshot wound, and I was out shooting with a buddy of mine, and we had a gun jam, and in the process of it, I accidentally got shot. It went in my abdomen, came down and shattered both my femoral arteries in my leg, which caused me to have my leg amputated to keep me from dying. I had 36 units of blood put in me, and I laid out in the woods for an hour and a half before they got to me, and they said that the injury itself, I should have bled out within 3 minutes and died. Wow. Yeah, because both my femoral arteries in the right leg shattered, and They said with that, it only takes about 3 minutes to bleed out, and by the grace of God, I'm here because laying in the woods for an hour to hour and a half before they could even get to me to start the process, even the surgeons themselves said that it was only by the grace of God that I was here.
I mean, there's some things you just can't deny, you know, and we all have our own beliefs, but there are some things you just cannot deny, and that is a miracle. I don't care what you call it or what you want to call it, it's a miracle.
Yes, it is, and just to be here in itself is only by the grace of God itself, and I plan on being back riding a bike here before long, even one-legged. So,
is that right?
Yeah.
So the motorcycle's still going to go. I mean, how do you feel about seeing how many bikes come out here for this ride?
Yeah, I'm honored and blessed, and to know that bikers are a great group of guys. They get a bad rap a lot of times because of the tattoos and the bikes, but you can't find a bunch of guys with a bigger heart and who'll come out and do more for a bunch of guys or an individual or anything else than bikers, because they'll give you the last thing they got to help you out. There's not a better group of guys out there than bikers.
I will agree 100% with that. I say it all the time, the church could learn an awful lot from the motorcycle community. Yes. That's for sure. Well, you know what? I'm looking forward to seeing you one day when you come out here and do this ride yourself. Oh, yeah. You know what I mean? You're going to be able to...
Next year to do it.
Is that right?
Yeah. I guarantee I'll be out here next year riding this ride.
All these cool bikes and everything else, you know, and it just makes me, it kind of reminds me of going up to Flat Out Motorsports up in Indianapolis, man. When you go in that showroom and you see all the Indians and you see all the cool motorcycles and the three-wheelers and stuff, it's just awesome.
They have like an 80-foot tall rocking chair. Biggest wind chime,
all right, man. That's just Chris Crampy. He's not important to this ride right here.
Yeah.
What brings you out here to this ride?
All my friends, family. They all know Chris, so we ride all the way from Glassford, Illinois every year over here and do the big ride and then stay the night and go back tomorrow.
Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Oh, that's super cool then. So you've done this before?
Yep. Last year was my first year. Scott, how long you guys been coming? Third year, my second year with them. It's a great time every time, though. Look forward to it every year.
I've always said this is one of the best rides that goes on here in Indiana because it's a scavenger hunt. You ride at your own pace. You ride with the people you used to ride them with or whatever. You know what I mean? It's not sometimes on group rides, they get a little sketchy, you know, especially if somebody's been, you know, hitting a few. It's like, I don't know that I want to ride next to that person. Whereas this one here, you're kind of on your own, and I kind of like that.
Oh yeah, I love it. It's you know, at your own pace type of ride, and I don't know, it's just fun, you know.
So when you're getting the pictures and all that kind of stuff, do you guys do naughty stuff too?
Depends.
I've seen some pictures. I'm just saying. I'm not saying they were from you guys. I'm not throwing you guys under the bus. I'm just saying I have seen some of the pictures that come back, and you know, once you see them, you can't unsee them.
I mean, we're not all saints now, are we?
No, thank God we're not. Man, you guys have fun.
You too, brother.
All right.
Our third person is probably we're in it to win it for her. So hopefully we can do that. And if anyone out there has ever lost a loved one or had a loved one on an organ transplant list, you know what that wait is like. Kristen was diagnosed with end-stage renal disease, I believe, when she was 12. She's been on dialysis the last year. She keeps blowing her sites. They've just reopened one, but she's running out of room. She needs a kidney. So if you have a spare, we all have two. If you think you can donate, please check. There are some rules and regs, but IU Living Donation will guide you through that process. And I do have a QR code for that. So Kristen, we're really hoping to get her a kidney today. She doesn't know it yet, but we've had two people get checked. So
Kristen, you are one of the recipients of the ride today, the Dash for Cash. Tell me about how you feel about this and all these bikers coming out.
So this is amazing. James and I love to support this ride every year. This is actually my first year not being able to ride, so it's a little bit bittersweet, but I was so touched when Beth sent me a message and was like, hey, why don't you come out? Let's do a table for you, see if we can't find you a living donor. She's been following my search for a kidney for the last 6 years, so everyone in the community, people we ride with, they all kind of know what's been going on for a minute, but I've started dialysis now. So It's kind of like in the end stage. I've been doing dialysis since October, so I'm really trying to bump up my search for a kidney. I don't know if a lot of folks know this, but the average life expectancy for someone on dialysis is between 5 and 7 years. And the wait time for a kidney for my blood type, which is O, is 5 to 7 years. So that's a little bit daunting when you're just 44 years old. Our youngest just graduated high school, so we're definitely not done yet. Right. So we're just grateful to be out here, just talking to everybody. You know, anybody you can share your story with. You never know who someone knows. And a lot of times people find donors because of a friend of a friend of a friend of a friend, or hey, I saw this on Facebook, or somebody shared your post. So I'm just grateful that they gave us a chance to come out here and share my story with whoever wants to hear it.
Well, and I'm going to believe today is going to be the day that you're going to find that kidney, because there's a lot of people out here riding, so you never know. I mean, we have a spare kidney that we can give, so hopefully they'll find a one that you can be able to have. I don't know what the procedures are for all that.
So the testing is pretty extensive. My insurance will cover all of it. I have a link through IU Methodist website. It's just a real quick form, questionnaire. You fill it out, you put my name as a recipient. They will reach out to you and contact you. I never know anything about the process. I don't know if you've reached out to them. I don't know if you're eligible or ineligible until it's time to go. It's very confidential, like I said. The procedure itself is actually pretty quick and easy for the donor. Usually it's a hospital stay, 2 to 3 days. You're in and out. You're back to work fairly quickly. And a lot of people don't even realize you can totally live with one kidney. Once you donate, your native kidney that's left will actually grow in size to pick up the slack. Yeah.
I had no idea that it did that. Either. So somebody can just call in with your name and be able to put their information in for that.
Yeah, I have a Facebook page for my kidney search. I've got some flyers. There's a QR code up here on the front of the table. You can scan it with your phone. It'll take you right to my page. And then I've got links and tons of information. There's a lot of questions. I think the coolest thing is, though, really, you're able to talk to other folks that have donated and been through the process. So that's really reassuring to be able, hey, you know, somebody's gone through this. Not a big deal. This was my experience. It's awesome.
All right, so you guys out here planning the ride, are you?
Trying.
All right, are you the boss?
No, I want to be, but he's taking over.
Is that right? Yeah. Oh, man.
I'm the only boss of myself.
So,
that ain't good.
So how does the ride look so far? What are you thinking?
Well, we're waiting on someone to lead us, actually. This is pretty cool because we're going to Casey, Illinois, and there's a lot of neat ways to get there besides just running straight down the highway. So that's what we're trying to figure out, which way we want to go. Ultimately, it'll be the guy in the front. We'll be sheep for a minute and follow until we don't think it's safe, and then we'll peel off.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Yeah, you know, most people, when they follow me, when I'm leading, that's what they always say. They're like, well, you know, if Scott's leading, you're going to do at least one turnaround. You're going to make at least one U-turn, and you are going to get rained on. So you never want me leading a ride.
I understand that. I understand. Yeah. And he's known for taking us down to gravel roads, and we've had to turn around and you know, go back to where we started. One time. That's all it took.
One time.
Yes, that turn, so I turn.
You take them down a gravel road one time, and you're labeled already now for life.
Well, you know that old story.
But no, if you want the real story, you need to talk to him. I mean, seriously, he's gonna lead us somewhere.
We already got real stories. We don't want real stories. Okay. You just looked like you were kind of full of crap, so I thought I'd find out.
Well, is it that obvious?
It is. Even with your sunglasses on, I can still tell.
Oh my! Well, you know, I try my best.
Well, you guys have fun.
Thanks. It's going to be a great day.
All right.
So Nancy, you are the Ladendorf Law featured woman rider, and I watched you ride in. You look like a badass. Tell me about this bike.
It's just a little 750 Honda Shadow Spirit.
Just a little 750. Yeah. You know what? It doesn't matter what you ride. It's that you're riding.
It's the biggest bike I can hold up with the problems I have. So as long as I can ride it, I'm going to. I don't want to go on to a trike just yet. I'd rather stay with two wheels.
I get it.
I've been riding now this time, probably about 3-4 years.
So what do you mean by this time?
I gave it up for about 30 years to raise a family. They're all grown and gone. I got grandkids now, so it's time for me to go have fun again.
Exactly. So how long have you had this bike?
Only for about 4 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm its second owner. Like I said, it's not a fancy bike, but it's my bike and I love it. So.
Yeah. What kind of riding you're out here for the Dash for Cash? But what kind of riding do you like to do?
Do I need a specific kind?
Well, no, you don't need a specific kind at all. Exactly. You can, if you like all of it, you like all of it.
I will ride in, let me put it this way, I'll ride in anything from 50 degrees above. So it really doesn't matter.
Yeah.
As long as you're getting wind therapy, that's all that matters.
Exactly. Well, it is a beautiful bike. I know you say that but it's just a bike. It is a bike, and you're out riding, and you're a woman, and that's a great thing.
And I'm an old woman on it.
You're not an old woman. But you are out riding.
Yes, and we ride a lot. We truly do. We ride pretty much every night. So, when I bought this bike, it only had like 9,000 miles on it. I know I'm up in the 20s now.
Nice.
So if that tells you how much we ride, considering you can only really ride in the summer months. But yeah, I just love it. This is my therapy.
Well, and I hear a lot of people say that, and it truly is therapy. And I'm just glad to see you out here riding today and having a good time. I know you said you had osteoporosis.
Yeah, I have a real bad case of osteoporosis. In fact, I laid this down in some soft gravel doing like 2 miles an hour. There's the rest of my group. Tried to lift it back up and I snapped my lower back. But I've broken my back 5 times and everybody I know tells me to give it up. And
well, that's a lot of times to break your back. I mean,
it's a lot of times, but you get used to it,
The ride today. You want to know a little bit about it?
Sure.
The ride today we've wanted to do for a long, long, long time. We've debated on doing it because it crosses state lines. Number of reasons why we've debated, but we try to go within 125 miles or so of here. Well, 65 miles to the west is the home of the biggest and the baddest and the world's best, numerous things. So we're sending everyone over to Casey, Illinois today. They're going to find that great big barbershop pole, which many haven't seen because it's new. I've got on there to get in Tweety Bird's cage and get a picture of you acting like Tweety Bird. And then they got a new teeter-totter over there if you haven't been there since that was done. So we've got on there to see how many bikers it takes to rock the teeter-totter and how big of a picture you can get on with the bikers on the teeter-totter. So they're going to be finding some other things over in and around through there. I didn't put any adult version items on there per se, but people are going to make them wild and mild and they're going to have fun with it. So
all right, you guys, I see you're already mounted up here. You getting ready to take off on the Dash for Cash?
Yeah, going to go over and do it.
All right, do you do this ride have you ever done this ride before, or is this first time? Or?
First time.
Right on. So we got virgins here today.
Yeah, yeah.
Isn't it fun?
Popping the cherry.
See, it's fun when you get your virginity back for a minute. It don't last long, does it?
Recycled virgin. That's what we'll call it.
All right, so that being said, you excited about the ride?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah? Just because you're losing your virginity, or?
Yeah, all over again.
For the first time?
For the first time.
All over again for the first time.
All over again for the first time. So what made you decide to come out and do this ride?
Her mom and dad told us about it, and I was like, you know what, let's do it. Got nothing else to do. Nice day. Let's have at it. Help somebody out.
So do you always do what your mom and dad say?
No.
I didn't think so. I could tell that just by looking at your eyes. I can see it in your eyes. There's no way you do what mom and dad say all the time.
Yes, I do everything mom and dad says.
Yeah.
She is behaving. Just so you know, mom and dad, she's behaving.
So Trayton, you guys were the recipient, I think a few years ago, for the dog, the service dog. So tell me about the service dog and what it means to you right now.
His name is Nash, and what he means to me is very special and helpful for me because, well, if I'm low and I can't feel it and I don't have my Dexcom, so he he can tell me that I am low and need treatment. Since I'm a type 1 diabetic, I'm sometimes sad because I'm like, I want to be a normal kid without any problems, but I guess God didn't plan that for me.
What do you want to say to the bikers and to Chris and Beth about what they've done for you as far as getting this dog for you?
Thank you very much. This is a blessing to have, and I'm very grateful for your help.
It is such a blessing. Thank you all so much. We appreciate it. Heather, is there anything that you would like to say?
I just want to say thank you to everyone that has helped. Like you said, it has been a very long process. We kind of ran into some issues a couple years ago, so it's taken us a lot longer to get to where we're at today than I initially thought it would take us. And the biker community in general has done so much for us. They helped raise so much of the funds that was needed, as well as our local community and our church family, and just so many people that I can't even thank everybody, but we can't really express our gratitude to the extent that we feel in our hearts. So just thank you to everyone.
You know, you got to realize that it speaks volumes about you and Chris and about what you guys mean to the community around here, because people come from all over the place to do this ride right here, and it just speaks volumes about the kind of people you guys are. We share it all the time on the show about what you guys do for this show, what you do for the community, but this right here speaks for itself. I mean, I hope you guys, I know it's a lot of work. It's very, very hard work what you guys are doing here. But at the end of the day, when you're soaked in sweat and you're exhausted and you want to punch Chris and he wants to punch you, you sit back at some point in time and go, my God, we got through it again. And then just let the warmth of what you guys have done just fill your spirit and fill your heart, and just relax. All right, man, another beautiful ride out here for the Dash for Cash at Krambos. My God, this is always one of the biggest events of the year for us. Tons of people coming in here. I got to tell you right now, talk to one of my favorite people that I've ever interviewed was today. I just absolutely fell in love with her.
Yes, you did. And she was a cutie, and she rides bikes, and she does canoeing, she rides on the back of our dad's bike, everything. Yeah. Man, there are so many bikes out here today. It is so great. And you know, being on YouTube, we need you to hit the subscribe and the notifications and all that good stuff on YouTube, because we're gonna love being on YouTube, and I know you're gonna love it too.
Exactly. Give us a thumbs up on there. Make sure you share on Facebook. When you see us do Facebook Lives, when you see us doing anything on Facebook, please like it, please share it. That's how we're going to make this thing grow, and we're going to make this thing better than it's ever been before. So ever. And you know, like we always say, it's not what you ride,
it's that you ride.